we are engaged in life, right? And life life has its ups and downs, its tests, its challenges. So very much like most sports as well, right? There are ups and downs, there are parts and times in the game when things ain't really going the way you would like it to go. When you're truly tested, your courage tested, your cool tested, you know, and we could learn lessons, of course, from the games that we engage in. We could learn tremendous lessons, and we do learn lessons from sport. That is why it's so essential to encourage your young ones to to do some type of sport, right? And not just virtual sports, and I see in most, but a lot of young children nowadays are engaged in those um, online stuff. Oh God, Roblox is the new thing for the younger children as well. And for my generation, I had part of that as well growing up, and those things coming into the mix. But I also had the outdoors, the sports. I can't tell you which sport I would not play. Every single sport I appreciate and I enjoy. But this one was also special. Certainly for the players, you could have understood that from the effort and the statements by those athletes as well. Even in their older age, it meant so much to Pollard. I know it meant a lot to him. Even as a coach, DJ Bravo, Dwayne Bravo, I know he would be thrilled to be able to achieve, victory in CPL straight out. And I saw some criticisms on a page, not even warranted criticisms, some Night Riders page, not TKR, because remember the franchise is a bit bigger than just Trinbago Night Riders, right? Don't know from which place it was coming from, haters going to hate it. Have some people who just don't like to see you succeed. There are many prejudices that play in other people's minds, where you come from, who you are, the way you look. And maybe those prejudices were in play when the little criticism of Bravo, was put out in the virtual world, in the internet. And obviously that ain't phasing him at all, because he's so accustomed to public light as well. That man have confidence as well. If all you don't know, well, now all you know. If you go online with his music as well, quite a catalog in volume. Of course, success in a kind of way. we enjoy the classic champion. Some of the other songs are interesting and subject to your view, right? So congratulations to TKR. This has been a hell of a 2 weeks, right? As in, because it's crossed over Sunday. Obviously, we mentioned it and we gave those warm applause and congratulations to Keyshawn, to Jareem. Excellent, super representation on a global stage. We can't ask for more. We could prepare for more. We can invest in more. We could train. We could work towards more. But we can't ask for more. right? Sometimes I feel as though maybe not the individuals themselves, but as a country, sometimes we get even more than we could have bargained for. I want to say deserve, choosing my words quite wisely, right? You know, we spoke about choosing words wisely as well. But we are blessed, right? We are blessed. Our people are blessed. We are powerful beyond measure. And we should embrace our power and our ability. We should not be afraid of what we can achieve. We should not be afraid of a stage, a opportunity to perform. We should not be afraid of that. So we celebrate, right? We celebrate. We take that vibes last night into today. We translate that joy, that collective joy, into our day and into the way that we work. Right? We could utilize the energy, no bad vibes. We could utilize that energy today. We could do it some of that. It wasn't so much smashing cricket, certainly smashing with the ball. From, you know, and I call it from the first ball. Don't mind that, I'm a little worried in the last bit. I call it from the first over, not the first ball, but the first over with Russell. When I saw, you know, the determination to execute according to our plan, and I could check my timestamp on Facebook with my post, but we were on it. And again, a tremendous lesson that we can also learn there, that if we prepare, we believe in ourselves and we execute a plan, then we have the potential, we will be successful. We will be successful. Not just throw to the wind, not to do everything the wrong way and just expect to succeed. But take your time. Make a plan for your life. Make some short-term, long-term goals. And work on it and towards it and execute. Concentrate. Focus. Don't let every rum, weed, gamble, lime, skirt, wherever, throw you off of your focus. And, you know, life and its experiences, right? I get a partner drop last night. It could be hard for anybody to figure it out, so it don't matter. I ain't shining up nobody. But I gave him a drop. I see him outside, right? And I heard him in. And he say he just lose he gravel money in a gamble. And I just shaking my head. You have a plan, you know, you have a good plan to do something sensible and wholesome with some money that you earn. He's a working person as well, right? And you're going out the road. I say, well, you know, you can't go and gamble on money, brother. What you doing? You're going out the road. You say you're going and put it in the ATM, no envelope. And you end up with the cash on you and you pass a gamble and you can't hold yourself. I mean, it laughably criable. Right? It laughably criable. I laughing, but not me. He had a cry. Focus. Focus. If wishes were horses, then beggars would ride. Let somebody who have that extra money go and chuck a little thing and enjoy themselves if they want to do that. Thank God I've been spared. Thank God never. I walk into Atlantis, look around, you know, and find, okay, place look okay, it looks shiny, and walk back out, because save yourself, saved. And so many people suffering nowadays from that inability to show discipline, that addiction and affliction. Losses, they lost their own, then they lose yours too, if you don't know them. When somebody, because maybe you are like me, a bit quieter or whatever, not really exposing others, when somebody say to you, boy, I think ask me to borrow a 600, and you're like, he asked me, I lent him last month before, and he still didn't pay me back either. So he can't ask me again. Because some madness, I mean, sometimes maybe for genuine, proper purposes, but most times, or a lot of times. So, like TKR, like great minds, you know, strategy, Pollard, Puran, Bravo. Think about it. Make a plan. Set a purpose, a goal. And make the effort. And execute. And execute. Sometimes you miss. You make a mistake. It didn't go the way it should go. Sometimes you're not prepared properly. Sometimes you have to dig a little deeper. You bowl out wide when you really, that's not the line that you're supposed to be bowling, right? And you put your head down and you focus. And you get the results that you need, right? Short on line, Samson defending and scooped up by Pollard, who is there just for that purpose. Tremendous morning. Good morning to all of Trinidad and Tobago. All praises due to the Almighty Creator. And we see so many sportsmen and women as well give that thanks to the Creator in recognizing that these things are more than ourselves. I don't want our boys to get carried away. Yes, Polly, right? God bless you with that gift, right? Let us also understand that our blessings are also a responsibility and do our best for our fellow men as well. Share our skills, share our advice, help others to come up. Akilu saying, right? Bro, come up, lift others up. And there's so many others there to lift up as well. You know, to have some young players in the team who held their own, made little mistakes at times. They didn't get a battering, but we as well, as elders, as older ones, as adults, as parents, we have to reach down, give that love and that respect, and pull others up. Among the tremendous things that I've seen over the couple days with our sporting achievements, I saw a video with one of the police officers in school playing racket, right? I call it racket. Playing racket with a couple of the students, WPC. Wonderful to see. Now, that officer understands as well the interaction and the value of that interaction with students. You ain't going to lower yourself to curse or behave like them if they behave in a negative way. But to interact through sport, through a good word, that will build a certain bond in a relationship. And people have to feel like you care in order for them to care what you say. I don't know if all you understand that theory as well. Good morning to one of coaches I consider, right? People, especially younger people as well, they have to feel like you care before they really care about what you say. That connection, that relationship through interaction, if it is geared and filled with love and mutual respect, then you get a certain response, a certain level of response from our young ones. Understand the psychology. Understand the way that the human being, even beyond just children, understand the way the human being functions. So while we talk about the few little mistakes, the officer who was sleeping in the classroom, the student who thought that was funny to lock them and throw the key in the next room, miserable. We don't have to blow it out of proportion, and it has not been blown out of proportion. They have investigated the matter, and because of the nature of the incident and the student and the way is bad joke, right? Is mischievousness, is pranks. We would know that we have been also guilty at times of that. Yeah, I taken that. Can't remember exactly what, but sure, as youth for you. So it was not blown out of proportion, but dealt with, and obviously, that little failure in falling asleep on the job to some extent, as we, But there are some positives as well, and other officers could take a page out of that book. Interact with people with a level of respect and demeanor that will then result in you being respected. Show you care on a human level for others, and you would be shocked and surprised how that care and that love flows back to you. Yeah, it might have the little exception of you show love and they return hate. But in more cases than not, don't wait for others to give you a pleasant word. Don't wait for a smile for them to react. Step first. Put it out there. Right? Be the upper hand in goodness. Right? So a lot that we could look at and be pleased about and celebrate. We have a holiday coming as well, Republic Day. Right, a little mischief in the public space in terms of what is transpiring on that day as well. We might go into it as we go into the news after the break. Alright, so blessings again, congratulations to the whole of Trinidad and Tobago TKR family. We'll be back after the break.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death. which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Cricket fans, it's time to smash hunger for 6. This CPL season, chase the crunch with KFC's. Boundary Bucket, 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 crispy tenders, and 4 mouth-watering sides just for $139.95. This offer is available via the KFC, TTT, AP, or in-store kiosks. So pad up, download the KFC TTT app, or click the kiosk to order today. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody sing it. What are you doing? Big D, big fun, KFC, so we big on the ground. The big nation, cause you don't know we were the crown. Say what you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
Come to KFC, let we hold our vibe, and let we join together, because KFC is life. It's a big deal.
Say what you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
Big deal.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. So a lot going on in the news today and over the past few days as well. Obviously there are some unfortunate incidents as well. We're paying attention to what is going on all the time in Trinidad and Tobago when it comes to crime and criminality, right? Because it's something that has plagued us and is still plaguing us as a nation. We have a lot of work still to do, but work is being done and there is improvement. But we have a lot of work still to do. We have a lot of mental issues to meet and to deal with it within our society. I don't know what else to describe it as I read the headlines of horror in Friendship Village over the death of a schoolgirl. I don't know what a psychological, we have some real issues in Trinidad and Tobago as well. Some people, human beings who in a dark space, because you have to be in a tremendously dark space to perpetrate that type of act, right? A young girl. So that whoever is responsible, and I'm sure the community as well would be involved in trying to sort out that issue, to bring whatever happened to light. And I pray that the issue is dealt with quickly and that person is taken up off the street. You know, can't be walking around. We are walking around with monsters, right? With people who are afflicted psychologically, and we need to identify these individuals, and we need to remove them from our presence and from being able to affect our children, right? So sad. I can imagine the sadness and the grief that is present in Friendship Village at this point, right? And across Trinidad, many people would feel that pain as well. And a lot in the news there is that constant, and we hope that it will start to move away from the front pages and cool down. And we ask for those who are in positions of responsibility to tone it down. That has been the overwhelming call of Trinbagonians, right? Tone it down. I see somebody even on IWER TV, on the street saying, they coming for me, Venezuela? Nah, me? You mad out? Wrong man. Right? I good with everybody. Is love. So, yeah, people are concerned. Some people are obviously as well making more of a issue out of certain things than others, but to be real, right? To be real, throwing gas on an international issue like this something that can grow and has the potential of catastrophic consequences, we should be more responsible, right? And like I said, from what I've listened to, and this is not political per se, everybody, right thinking people, nobody is encouraging the reckless conversation that leads to more tension. And if you watch the more official lines of leadership, the line minister, Mr. Sobers, Foreign Affairs and CARICOM Affairs, even the Prime Minister's latest statements as well. Of course, there was some critical speech about some of her pronouncements on the those who are being bombed by the U.S. or is they're bombing them, yeah, bombing the ships or whatever, who are alleged narco-terrorists. Well, depends your perspective how you look at it, right? But who are alleged to be narco-terrorists by American forces within our region, it is a lot of concern. It is concern, right? But David, they ain't coming for me, right? Though, if anything, I negotiating on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago because we ain't living so. And given the good relationship between Venezuela, India, India might quicker mediate as well for us. We have to understand the dynamics in the world as well. We have to understand the historical perspective. We have to understand the disingenuous motives and actions of the United States for quite some time, and therefore the concern and hesitancy among a large part of the population to believe anything that they really see. And also obviously the factors that are glaring in front of us and the way that they are acting as well does not lend towards credence of some of what they are saying. Right, you know, Trinbagonians, we smart as well. It's not just what you say. Some people still falling for that talk. Right? Nah, we also look at what you do and what you have done. We also look at what you have done, and those are also good pointers for us as citizens, as human beings in determining matters, right? Look towards people's previous actions. Look towards the propensity to be dishonest. You know? Look towards character. Look towards all those signs that have been, what is called them, red flags, all the flags that are put up before. So, you know, that issue continues, and I see in the news, you know, they're quoting the Venezuelan military officials saying that they are going to be more active closer to Trinidad and Tobago, and that is obviously causing some concern for us as well. We don't want to see any build-up of military personnel anywhere, far more in our close proximity. That is our neighbors, and a map of Trinidad, not Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad and Venezuela, and the small space between us is there for us to reference and to look at. Some people don't understand how close the proximity is. Some people do. Certainly for people who travel back and forth certainly for people who live in communities, not just with a new influx, but with a history of migration both ways, interconnection between families, trade, for people who are accustomed to that, and there are large communities who are accustomed to that, they really know how close we are with Venezuela in all aspects. Right? But for some others, maybe it's hard to grasp. Take a look at the map. All right, take a look at the map that is provided for us to really wrap our heads up around it. And I think the statements have come from Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino Lopez. Right? You have an interesting name there, boy. Not so much the Spanish part, but Vladimir, which I don't know where its roots are, but obviously, you know, the Russian president also carrying that name. But yeah, we are concerned, and he would have announced that the Venezuelan military would be moving closer to Trinidad and Tobago to combat what he claimed are criminal acts occurring within territory close to the Gulf of Paria. And that is the stretch of water that separates our two countries. Right? So we're watching the situation carefully. I pray that there is a curtailing of the type of language that has been used. Right? I encourage that level of responsibility in speech, because it can have an impact. And yes, you are on the radar as well. People are listening and taking what you say, sometimes for what it's worth. So we have to show that level of caution. Right? But David, nobody ain't coming for me. Venny's not coming for me at all. Right? Don't worry yourself. Well, maybe worry yourself, but not me. But all of us as a country as well should be concerned, because all of us could be afflicted. And yes, we laugh and we say, don't come for me, go for whoever. And you know, Trini says, hey, Trinidadians could make joke over the most serious things. I hope, yeah man, some Venezuelans understand our culture as well. Some Venezuelans understand we's jokers, right? Not all of us, but all of us have a level of kicks about us. So we are cool people, right? Of course, that does not take away from the capacity of a human being to attempt to defend themselves. But you hear the words they're using, because attempt, we are way out of our depth. We are way out of our league. If we think even if we contemplate in our minds that some type of military action is sensible or feasible. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Hey, what happening, Kingsley? Blessings.
Yes, my brother. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to say it is a good day and a good sign and a good vibe for Trinidad and Tobago, because after receiving a gold, a silver, and now a trophy, that is more than an Independence Day celebration. That is patriot. That is something to make me feel proud of. No matter the night riders is not our own. To say that it is a club, but it carrying our red, white, and flag. It have our brothers and them playing on the field. So it is our own. It is our team. It is our team. It is our own, and we accept it as our own. And it's a joy. We should be joy. We should be a joy country. Like we win the World Cup. We should be happy, and that should give us encouragement for our country to do better in all what we do. In all what we do, because something like this is will always lift a country. We'll always bring a country together. The day as the day continue. When you walk the streets, you're gonna hear about the night riders. You're gonna hear East Indians talking about them. You're gonna hear Africans talking about them. You're gonna hear the bars. You're gonna hear the barber shop. You're gonna hear the groceries. You're gonna hear the workplace. You're gonna hear everywhere you go in a taxi today. They'll be all over the news, all over the papers of the day, all social media. That is something to be proud of. As I note at the day, I think Kishon Walker is coming in. Sometime I know it will be a big celebration. You know what I mean? It will be a big celebration for our country. I do not accept no holiday or no holiday. We have enough holiday. We have enough holiday that we do not need a next holiday. I think that Kishon Walker should get to here again. He deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yes, but to say that a holiday, I don't want no holiday for a shower cut. I think that you get money, whatever you get, you get. You deserve it. But a holiday, we didn't be healthy for our country at this time because we have plenty of holidays. As I said, that it is something to be proud of. It is something to know that, hey, our country again, once again, twice, 3 times on the market for silver, gold, and now we bring home a trophy. So that the one in one place a week, we get so much proud that we know as people of this country we have to push that proud into positivity, into something healthy, into something good. As I goes on that part, I'm going on a fast topic. I called last week on the government to censor Philip Alexander. I call on them to also to remove him also because I think that his statement will always touch heart. What he means, because words are powerful. Words are powerful, and to like me who know to use words and know how to come and say something when it say it. Sometimes Philip Alexander is more trained, he's more researched, he's more educated, and he know better. He know better, right? And that is what he did there as a minister was so out of place. Was any prime minister with 20 balls could remove him forthwith because it isn't healthy. The prime minister speaking already. We have a minister for foreign affairs, and you know what today his statement make our country not Donald Trump. Oh no. Hey, hold up, press the brakes. It's not Donald Trump, you know, it's first that they're not know today. We have to be frightened about that Venezuela's income to our country. Income because it's civil what Philip make is that dangerous, nasty civil for Venezuela to attack here. He wants Venezuela to attack here. He encouraging Venezuela to attack here. Why Trump telling Venezuela don't come here, you know? We will bomb them, you know. He encouraging them because we know that he, like talking, is a coward. He is a coward. And he just talking. He say, I know he's a coward. I know he's a coward. He ready for this war. He ready for this war. So why he come on the live last week and put our country in serious hot water again? I call on the government, on the prime minister to remove Philip from the Senate, to remove him from that ministry because he's doing nothing against free taxpayers' money. Philip is doing nothing there. I was informed. I have people there. They say you are just, when no just come to work, go in the office, go on site, make videos because they have him. They have him as a social media man. So when you go in my children and making video, you go in Michelle Benjamin and making video and talking. That's what they're paying him for. He's not a minister. He's not a minister. He's an activist in the minister, in the cabinet. He's an activist in the cabinet for the Bible expose you. I don't care about Oleno. I don't care about Oleno. I can use words better than you for them. And you know that. You remember when I say about this square, I'll tell you stop camera junket, and I cost just think. I use the nasty queen words against you and you run. You told me things about camera when by the office, and I call you racist because they use racist marks against me for the president. Me and God, Christopher was there. God, Christopher carried me there. And they tell me to leave camera. They tell me to ban camera. I come to your party. And because I did not do that, they try to use racist mark against me. And I call you a racist. And they try to put me out of your office.
Yeah. Let me try to cool it down. I don't encourage war at all. Yeah.
But no, that man. I love it, but that man shall never flung it in the ministry. He can never flung it.
I ain't encouraging that war at all. Relax. Go take it easy.
I see what I say.
Yeah, man. Lessons. Yeah. I don't know if it warrants that level of remedy, but certainly I think he would have been cautioned by now. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, Mr. Ford. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I did not too bad, man. Welcome.
Yes, man. For me, as far as Philip Alexander is concerned, I think Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar should just fire that man. He's not serving no purpose, right? It's three of them in EGC, three ministers inside it, right? And he all up in Maracas Beach and talking about chairs and let me tell you something, the man have nothing to do. Nothing to do. Nothing. Just join us when the man come. He's a waste of time. Right? The only inside there making us set alive. Here we talking about India have firepower to nuke Venezuela. And all them kind of rubbish on Venezuela. Don't pick up on that. Where the vice president will come and address it. He's a waste of time. He sees himself as an activist to talk and curse people. That is how Alexander is. Alexander is just somebody to talk and chain up anything. But as far as the quorum, now that you are in this set, you are a senator. So you're supposed to carry yourself in a certain amount of the quorum and respectable manner. But no, you're making live and cussing this one and this one, stupid and this one. Get rid of him. He's a waste of time. He's an embarrassment to the government. He is an embarrassment. So I don't know if Mrs. Kamala afraid to fire him, or if he hold him secret for the UNC, I don't know. But he needs to go. Thank you, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I would understand both sides of the coin, of course, right? You would be somebody who is instrumental, like you all are all saying, in different ways in terms of interacting with the population and the public as well. He's not everybody's cup of tea with some of the things that he says. Certainly some of his remarks would have been irresponsible. And I think he will be curtailed in his comments. You'll get a caution for sure if he hasn't gotten one already. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, man. Morning.
Yeah, I heard this morning. Well, I want to congratulate the KRs for their victory last night in Guyana.
Yeah, man, yeah.
And I did so with respect to Jorim Richard and Kishon Walcott last week.
Of course.
Yeah, and what I want to talk about is the question of, I heard some comments over the weekend with respect to Kishon Walcott. And some people tend to play down the man's victory. The fact remains is that the man has competed among the best in the world. He's a world champion. It wasn't no CAC Games or CARICOM Games. It's there, and his name would be recorded in history in the IOC, International Olympic Committee, or wherever they have the headquarters or whatever. And it will go down his children, his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren. That is his legacy. So regardless of whether what game you want to play or you want to run around with it and try to diminish the man's achievement, I am saying that he would go down in history. He's the only Trinidad, as far as I know, who would have won a gold medal at the Olympics and a gold at the World Championship. The only I would have known, right? And he also won a bronze at the Olympics. So I'm saying that he has risen above the rest. Outside of the CARICOM, outside of this gentleman you call Usain Bolt, who got, medals upon medals in the Olympics and the World Championship. I think I can stand to be corrected. He is the only one who would have done so.
Nah, I'm not too sure about that one because there's so many others who might have.
Well, I'm saying I to be corrected on that.
Certainly for Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't take it away from him.
Yeah.
So don't try to diminish him man's achievement.
And from us, that's a tremendous achievement for us as a nation as well.
But he said so. He said when he said that the victory is for Trinidad, the goal is for Trinidad, and this is where I'm talking about patriotism. You perform in the interest of your country for your country. That is what it's all about. When you go out there to represent your country. You try to put your country on the international map, and it will remain there. He will go, he will die, and his grandchildren. It will remain. When you look at the registry or the books or what the archives, you would see Kishon Walcott, Trinidad and Tobago gold in the Olympics, and you go to the World Championship and you see it gold again, right? So you can't take that away from him. With respect to what happened in Venezuela there, which is, I don't want to talk about that. But it's good to see that some kind of rapprochement is taking place with respect to Maduro, making some overtures to have this matter dealt with, and that he's moving troops to the border closer to Trinidad. So what he said to stymie the move of human trafficking and drugs and whatnot that coming around that area. So there's some movement in terms of probably reaching some amicable settlement or some deal. I don't know whether in fact the Americans are so minded, but I'm saying that it's good to see that some effort is being made, some overture is being made on the part of Maduro or the Venezuelans. And one thing I want to talk about, and people have to talk about, I read the papers, I think it was the 17th, where this guy they call Diadados Ayos, he was saying that, reading from, but that's how they do their business there, that moving towards recovering Trinidad. So what is being said there, Trinidad had been one time belonged to Venezuela, and they going to move, they were thinking about moving to recover Trinidad. All this other nonsense. When people talk about Trinidad has to take down the temperature, they must also speak. Those IR people at the university, those residing in Canada and those here, tell Maduro to take it down too. Take it down. I don't know if over the past, hello?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
This thing was silent because I don't know if some people in Trinidad read where that was being said, and probably they went silent on the issue, saying that it must be both sides. You can't be biased. I am for Trinidad, but I'm also in support of peace.
Yeah.
And the Caribbean region being a zone of peace, but people have to be very fair and unbiased in the comments. They need to take it down. We need to take it down, and the media here have to take it down too.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the fire that there was over the past couple days, right? And I hope this thing continue in that way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I want to say in terms of Kishon, Jerim, and others as well, what I would like to see more of is their stories being told, and not just the story of the culminating events of their tremendous success, but all that it takes, the ups and the downs, and maybe we need to engage our our filmmakers, you know, our social media content creators as well, because it doesn't have to be a costly, voluminous thing, right? Morning, brother. I'm pausing for you. What happening?
Morning forward.
Yeah, blessed
so
morning.
So, give congratulations to TKR, Dream Richard, and Kishan Walcott. We get a goal.
You watched cricket last night?
We got a trophy.
You watched cricket last night?
Mean?
All right. Yes,
we boy from Lavanti, it has 6.5 and take the game?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Akil and all, Einline.
Akil, boy.
Yeah, that young man.
Good bowler, boy.
Yeah. Even if you get a little licks.
Two big players and them guys, these are them.
Yeah.
He takes 2 main wickets.
Yeah.
So congratulations, we're in the right direction. You get rid of the gyms, you know. It's serious. I'm trying wait to celebrate.
Yeah.
So we're giving thanks, man.
You mute your call, boy. What happened? Yeah, he muted his call there. Probably in the excitement. He stay up late watching cricket too. I was worried for a while, you know. In between the break, between both innings, take long, Asibo. What going on? Then it had a little period of time where there was a glitch in the feed from TV6. I get concerned because I don't know what Ghana does do or what they do, allegedly, right? We catching the kicks with we neighbors. I hope and I would like to think that it was not purposefully done, the blackout thing, whatever. But yeah, I was a bit concerned, and when we came back, we must big up Akil Hussein as well, our boy from Lavantil, representing confidence as well, experience even in, you know, the stage as a young man. Sunil Narayan as well with the bat and with the ball. Tremendous work. We have lessons that we can take while we celebrate as well, and that we can put into our own engine of productivity. Be the Akil Hussein and the Sunil Narayan and the Pollard and the Bravo and Puran of whatever you do. Of whatever you do. You know, so as I was saying before KFC called, then I was just saying that the stories of these athletes should be told. The stories are even more essential or just as essential as the medals and the achievements that we celebrate. Because it will serve as a true lesson and indicator for our youth as to what it takes to reach to that level. It will inspire them even in a greater way. So what I would do and what I would like to see done is that compilation of their story. Don't have to be long, because you know the attention span is diminished now, and there's a competing for the interest of citizens, of the youth especially, all kind of things. But create these stories out of these individuals, make it interesting, because it is interesting. Show what life really is, the ups and the downs, and put that glory that can inspire you and drive you as a goal. Show the root and the grounding that some of our athletes have in family and in God. Inspired to lift themselves up to tears. Some of them are moved at times. I could tell some stories about some of our top athletes as well. times when they feel it was never going to happen. And they feel that time was running out on them in terms of their achievement, in terms of getting an opportunity. Move to tears. Move to tears, but still keep doing what they were doing. And then the opportunity come and seizing that opportunity, and now you wouldn't believe who I'm talking about. You wouldn't believe. Because it's not a easy road. And life never promised itself as some kind of smooth, easy sailing. Life is tumultuous waters. Life is lost at sea sometimes, drifting. Life is storm, current, whatever. And life is also land in sight and arriving and achieving. So once we understand and appreciate that, and we have to, while we feather the nest of our young ones, while we try to make it comfortable for them, we also have to ensure that they understand what it really is, so that they are prepared, so that they are prepared to face it. I see some kids and talking to another parent, and I shake my head and I say, boy, spoiling that, sure. And they're saying, yeah, boy, I really had to try to help him understand the real world out here, because it's brutal at times. And that innocence, happy innocence that sometimes young people have, if they're not aware and careful, it could be shattered so quickly and so easily. So let's tell those stories. And I mean, these are things that I definitely would want done. Above others. Capture these stories and tell these stories in film for our young ones. Capture the ability of our musicians to bring positive change and to influence our youth. Capture it and utilize it. Utilize the social media stars, you could call them stars and all. First I see somebody 100 10k followers in no time. Not even a day. I can't even remember the amount he reached now with a character. That is how tremendous the reach is. I and all watching the content at times. So from 5 years old to not even 5, sometimes even from 5 to 40 to wherever, consuming that content. So let us utilize it. And also remember the responsibility you all have as well, because your content is so far reaching. Go ahead, Mr. West, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford, I trust that this occasion and this period of success in terms of sport would serve to drive or give the impetus for the development of sports in the various communities throughout Trinidad and Tobago. The impact, I think it could be very impactful in terms of crime and all these different things, and probably developing talent and things for the international sporting arena and whatnot. But but I'm saying that this opportunity, we should not miss this opportunity. And what I would want to see, not people giving somebody, one person to run a sporting event in a community. I would want to see structures in the various communities. You have a sporting community made up of different persons, probably those who would have achieved well, the respected people within the community and whatnot, to manage sports. So if you have like Diego Martin, you have a body within Diego Martin that is going to govern sport. If you have it probably in the Chaguamas area or wherever it is there, you have people there, a group of people there who would in fact a committee who would go to oversee this sport. Because we have learned over the years, when you give people, the individual to run sporting activities and events, you end up in all kind of problems, right? And really and truly, not much is achieved. You have two people who would have done well, probably Eddie Hart and those people in the other areas, and probably other areas within Trinidad and Tobago. But I'm saying that you need to have it in a more structured program, on a more structured basis, in order to reap the kind of rewards that you would like to achieve as a country, not putting it in the hands of one person, somebody's friend or somebody. Put the structures in place. And I don't think that sport really in those communities really demand too much, It don't take much. Because I've been involved in that, and I could tell you it don't take much. All it requires is commitment. All it requires is people who are honest, and people who would want to make the necessary sacrifice and whatnot in order to see things materialize.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that they use the opportunity now. Now is the time to use it to develop sport in the various communities in this country. Thank you.
Yeah. And of course, I can't help but echo those positive comments as well. Utilize the energy and the inspiration of these successes to really achieve what should be a strategic plan for our youth. We have to have a strategic plan for our children in order to bring them to their potential. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, man.
One of our biggest limitations with sports and anything is that it depends on the administration alone. If we would look at foreign, we take everything from foreign except the good thing. And that is our biggest problem. In foreign entities, not just America, all over, the corporate agencies participate. Just look at the World Cup. You'll see brand names all around the field, different entities putting in their finance and making ads. In Trinidad, however, we don't see that. They are close-fisted for the best part of it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So this is one of our limitations in what we are able to do. This is why the issue of putting a single person as a friend or a family ends up being there because there is nobody else to answer to. If you have corporate involvement, of course not, you have to have an organized body, a system that will make sense at the end of the day to the people who are investing their monies. But as long as it's just the government, then you only have to satisfy your friend. So we keep going around in a circle with these things and we never see real development. I remember when I was growing up, there was a young boy. The first spanner I ever saw was him in the field. You know what is called a spanner, right? Not the tool, but a moving football. First one we ever saw in this country, and even on television, was with this fellow. I don't know if he didn't have a minute out there. But he did it. This boy was talented to the max. Unfortunately, There was nothing to develop his skill, nowhere for him to go. So his talent died, and he's lying on the street.
Yeah.
And this is the unfortunate reality for many of our sportsmen who are great in different areas until they don't have opportunity to go away. Their career is never developed locally. Sean, you think had he been just here, he would have developed Olympic and now a world champion? No. Where did his Crawford get his talent from? America. Even in the West Indies cricket. How did we end up on the world scene in regards to cricket? The West Indies being the best because we were trained in England. County cricket. There is nothing in here for our youths who wants to go forth in sport. There is nothing. Nobody invests. You watch when it is, you send 5 people to the Olympics. It's a feeding frenzy with 40 additional folks for all kind of administrative positions. We don't have any plan to develop, and we never will until corporate gets involved, and then they are answerable to some serious people who wants to see return on their investment.
Yeah.
Because the people of the country would do it. Nicely.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, and I agree with that, and his call to encourage corporate Trinidad to get involved even in a greater way. I would have spoken to 1 or 2 people from Sunshine Snacks and their commitment to the Soca Warriors as well. Well, it's not Soca Warriors right now. I don't know. We still renaming. I don't know. But I was happy to see that assistance and support. I mean, at this point in time, but hopefully even in the future as well from that entity. And there's a couple other entities, corporate entities who put that money and that support behind some of our sporting teams and also individuals. But greater work can be done. And yes, of course, more accountability would be in play if you are utilizing these corporate funds, because yes, they do ask for returns, and if you are not performing to a certain standard, obviously you are not going to be able to continue to capture that assistance. But the first step also needs to be made in investing, and there are a couple entities, of course, Republic Bank, CPL, some others as well, who have committed and done some of it. We need to grow. We have growth to be done. If we have that support locally for our competitions and our teams, even here we are going to be able to grow the talent that exists. We are going to be able to do that. Speaking of that, there's Caribbean club football going on. Central FC Defence Force. Who else representing us on a Caribbean level, coming up against the best clubs in the Caribbean and doing well. Some of our teams are doing well. Big up one of my players with Central, right? Yeah, I have players. Imagine that, right? Big up Jamil and our Central FC unit that is doing pretty well in those games. Let us as well, for those who can, let's show that support as much as possible. we need to grow sport. We need to recognize the potential of sport. The Minister of Sport for Guyana, Sport, Culture and Youth Affairs, I believe, is the same type of portfolio, a big portfolio, right? Was speaking during CPL about the importance of sport and its ability and its contribution to economics and other parts and aspects of the society as well. And we understand that. Boy, that man could talk to, boy. He had Ian Bishop go in. And is his favorite word. Every sentence end with not a full stop but a and. And I think eventually they had to cut him off to go back to the cricket. And you know, Trinbagonians too. I watching cricket, but I want to hear the commentary and the cricket. I really want to hear him so much. But yeah, and we understand that as well. Our Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs also across in Guyana for CPL finals as well. And he definitely understands the importance and has been working hard. A lot of work to do. Coach, I know Coach know himself, right? The man who does put his career, when describing himself down as coach, the man who ensured that Kishon gets his 2 first javelin. When I don't know if like he was throwing piece of steel before. Well, I think it easy as an athlete at different points in time. Well, I think it easy. So, coach doing a tremendous job understanding sport as well. And understanding athletes and what it takes. And also having that passion and that commitment to people. You know, it are people who like people. You can grasp that from their spirit. And when it comes to those portfolios that interact with people, with our youth, those people are the best suited to those areas. And then there are some people who cold and coarse and hard. All the call names are go whistle, right? Most of them gone, thank God. I don't know what they're hanging around the opposition for. But that warmth, that love, that ability to connect with human beings and people, and that desire for their best. And that ability to inspire you so that you can bring out the best in you. Wonderful leaders. So there are those types of people as well. And they will help us as a nation to achieve tremendously. So let us do that work. Let us do the work that is necessary so that the last caller's statements are not truth. Don't come as the reality for us. That we don't have the space and the impetus and the support to push forward, to become great again. And Pollard would have also spoken about West Indies cricket at that point in time as well. In his winning speech, his winning interview, so to speak, right after the game. And we need to do better. We need to pay attention. Our administrators as well need to do better. Our players need to take that pride and that responsibility as well. I know it's not totally up to you all, but you all could make a tremendous difference as well. So, a lot going on in the news. I just want to correct myself, right? There is not a confirmation as to cause of death for the young lady, the schoolgirl in Friendship Village, right? So I guess it's incorrect to say that her death was, classified in any way yet until it is. But obviously, yes, there are some suspicions as well. Let's just follow it as well and deal with it assiduously and properly, because we need to find out what has taken place. Our children's welfare are of utmost importance to us, and I look at the young lady and my concern is there. My concern is there, and our condolences go out to her family. So we'll deal with some of the issues that we didn't touch on in the paper today, tomorrow. Some of our news carries on, although there's never a dull moment in Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So blessings to everyone, and it's Monday. Have a blessed day. We'll be back tomorrow, God willing. Take care.
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in Sangre Grande, for the All the Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry.